So I know that inevitably somebody's going to ask about power consumption, and I've actually had this on a meter just to see how much power this does consume. So let's check that out next. Hey guys, Jeremy here, and this is the Waterdrop A2 Countertop Reverse Osmosis filter, sent to me at no charge for this review. So I've been using this machine for about a week now, and there's some things that I want to show you about it. So first off, you have this easy to install 5-stage water filter. And when you install, make sure that it clicks and you're good to go. So the 5-stage water filter reduces your TDS, chlorine, fluoride, and just a bunch of other stuff that you don't need or want in your water, like arsenic and lead. And not only that, if you're on a budget, this filter only needs to be replaced once a year. Now, I'm not sure if you can hear this running in the background, but it does have an internal cooling system as well as a heating system. Tons of features on this. So to start it, you're just going to push the water drop down at the bottom. Then over here on the left side, you can choose hot water, cold water, or you can set your own preferences. You can see right now it is currently cooling. Set at 59 degrees. You can change that water temperature just by clicking on the thermometer to 77, 113, 149, 185, 203. And then once you hit that 203, it's going to automatically lock it just in case you have a child that's playing with this and they don't get hurt. You can also choose the size that you want. So you can start with a 4-ounce drink, 8-ounce, 16-ounce, 20-ounce, and then this is going to be unlimited until you empty your tank. All right, so what do you say we run a couple of tests here and see just how cold the water is coming out of the water drop and how hot the water is. So what we're going to do is compare it with our tap water, and then we're going to see what the temp is coming out of the reservoir. You can see my tap water is running 57.4 degrees, which isn't bad. However, it still does have all of the harmful contaminants in it. So it's not terribly far off. You can see it's running about 65 degrees. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do here is go for the hot water. 172 degrees out of a countertop water filter. Now that's pretty impressive if you ask me. It's going to be ideal for a cup of tea or maybe some instant coffee or hot chocolate in the wintertime. Hot water right out of the tap. Ooh, that's warm. Ready to go. So what happens is when you get a glass of water, it empties out of the pitcher, and then you'll hear the pump kick on and filter water through into the pitcher. So you've always got filtered water right here. Now the setup process was really simple. All you had to do was install the filter, and remember, the filter is just going to sit in here just like this, and you want to make sure that it clicks in place, and then you're going to be good to go. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to pull off the reservoir in the back, and I want you to listen. So you're going to get 3 beeps. Fill this up, and then we're going to set it right back on here, and then it's going to begin flushing and filtering. And you want to take that first tank of water and filter it all through before you drink any water. Get that taken care of. Your next reservoir full of water is going to be good to drink. So I know that inevitably somebody's going to ask about power consumption, and I've actually had this on a meter just to see how much power this does consume. So let's check that out next. This is the amperage that it's pulling while it is heating and cooling that water, while the refrigeration is running and while the heater is running at the same time. So it's running 0.85 amps. Then when we go over here to watts, it's pulling that's going to be the lowest it's been, is 0.4. Highest it's been has been 1602 watts. And that's when you're heating and cooling the water and the pump is running at the same time. That's going to be my overload. And right here is what I want you to see. It's currently running 61 watts to heat and cool that water. We've just ran a lot of water through there, so everything is running all at the same time, and we're doing 61 watts. Now here's the big kicker. Kilowatt hours. And notice right here, this has been running for 8 days. 8 days, I have not even used 2 kilowatts of power. 8 days, less than 2 kilowatts of power. I'm almost on day number 9. You can see I'm 17 hours in on day 8. So it's using literally pennies a day. Pennies a day. All right, so what's my thoughts on this? Well, my first thought was I was sitting here at 5 o'clock in the morning one morning, and I heard the refrigerant kick on, and I thought to myself, Man, this is just going to cost me a fortune to have some hot and cold water, and I don't necessarily need it to be cooled or heated, but it's really nice to have that. And so I put that meter on there, and I've discovered that it's literally just it's for 8 days. It's cost me less than a quarter, and that's just pennies a day. Okay, so it doesn't really cost anything to run this, so to speak. Filtered water is going to be the healthiest water, removing that fluoride, removing the TDS, removing all of the harmful contaminants that get into our water from runoff and from going through other filtration systems. This is going to be the purest water that you can drink, and so easy to use. So easy to use. Filter is going to be just once a year. Water is going to be purified every single glass that you get, and it's going to be hot, it's going to be cold, whatever you want. I really like this machine, and this would be the type of machine that I would definitely recommend to just about anybody. So I love it. Now, to be quite honest with you, I never take the picture off of there, but it's super handy to have.